But this bitch made me do a 360 with my titties out. Alright, so last week, today, on Thursday, my brother turned me in, right? And I was really supposed to make a statement, but I got arrested on the spot. I got arrested on the spot. And they put me, in a transport van to, Smyrna. Because I was in Marietta. I was put in a transport van to Smyrna. And then, at first, I was pat down, by the transport van officer because she was a female. And I got arrested by, a male officer and another male officer. I got arrested by 2 male officers. I knew they was going to do it. They always arrest you when they bring out 2 officers. So when 2 officers approached me, I was like, it's already over with. It's over with. But, in the transport van, I was handcuffed. My hands were behind my back. So she had to strap me in. And I just remember, in the transport van, I was laughing. I was laughing because it was I'm going to jail for no reason. So I was low-key just, laughing. And they told, they told my brother, where to find me. We're going to take her to Smyrna. They literally said that. So I was the only one in the transport van. And when we got to Smyrna, it was if you watch the show Orange is the New Black, it was that. It was when I hopped out the van, it was the entrance, it was a prison entrance. It was buzzer, she had to press a button, they buzz you in. And then I remember I had to go to the right and down this hallway and stand against the wall while they what were they doing? They were they were just basically reading my case, and they was oh, you're so tiny, how old are you? And I was I'm 19. And it's oh, you a baby. You don't need to be in here. But they was basically reading my case. And then I literally said it was not no hit and run. Cause hit and run, I know I made a face when they was cause I think another officer, it was a male officer, he asked what I was in there for. And the lady told him I'll hit and run. And I just looked cause who did I hit? They need to change, they need to change charges. Actually hit somebody if it's called a hit and run. If you get hit, okay, you shouldn't even be in jail. Shouldn't even be in jail. And then I remember they made me take off my nose ring. I had a beanie on. Take off my beanie. And then I had to change my pants and my shoes because they had string. So they gave me an orange pair of pants and an orange sweatshirt. Real prison inmate sweatshirt. But they were plain. They didn't say the county or nothing. They were just plain orange clothes. But it was so annoying because the pants were thinner than the sweatshirt. And it was cold. They let me keep my original sweatshirt on. I had my Aaliyah sweatshirt on. But they made me take off my pants and my shoes, my nose ring. And I had my baby fat jacket on. Had to take that off because it had a string. And then after that, I was put in the bonding cell. So they basically put you in a cell. There's a bench in there, a little stool. And then they ask you a bunch of questions about your health. Oh, have you ever been suicidal? Have you ever been put in a mental institute? Have you ever had allergies, diseases. Asked me if I was pregnant. Wonder if they would have been softer if I was. Like, what the fuck? I mean, like, the first officers, they weren't assholes. It was like day 2 when I got like an asshole cop. Well, the assholes. But oh yeah, that last Thursday, yeah, that's my first day. And they basically asked me about a bunch of questions, and I answered. And then I remember I got put in like a different cell. I think it's called a holding cell. I got put in the holding cell. And in the holding cell, there's literally nothing but like 4 white walls, a bench, and like a phone. And it was freezing in there. I was literally freezing my ass off. And I was by myself in there for a while. Like, I remember I called my brother, the same one who turned me in. And he was like, "Where are you at?" Where am I? You turned me in, and they literally told you where they were taking me. Like, where are you? And then, like, he told me, like, he probably couldn't get me out until Monday because he didn't get paid till Monday, and my bond was $1,000. And I was like, nigga, I'm not staying here till Monday. It's cold as fuck. That shit is dead. So then he gave me my sister's number because I didn't know my sister's number. I knew his number because his number is really simple. Like, it has like the same number just repeated. He only got like 3 different numbers in his whole number. So his number is like real simple. So I asked him for my sister's number, and then she was in Philadelphia. So it was like, what? But she was on her way back when she heard I got locked up. And then, what happened after that? After that, I was in there for like, I got there at like 4. And then I was in there for a while. I was in there for like at least like 4 or 5 hours by myself with nobody in there. And then I remember I went to the bathroom, like, cause there was like a little buzzer thing, like you press the button and they like talk to you on the intercom. And I remember I asked to go to the bathroom. The guard took me to the bathroom. And they like lock you in there. Like, they lock you in. And I was locked in there for like 30 minutes. Like, all I had to do was pee for real. And I was like locked in there for a good 30 minutes. And then somebody finally came, took me back to the holding cell. I was still alone for a while, and then this white lady got put in the room with me. And then after the white lady, I guess they just started arresting everybody that day. Because after the white lady, this black girl came in. And then after the black girl, this black lady came in. And then me and the black girl became friends, actually. Her name was like Charlie. And she works like 12 minutes from my job at USPS. But she was cool. And she got arrested for not having insurance. And then the white lady, she just got arrested for stealing candy. But her bond was $1,000 too. But Charlie's bond, her shit was $1,500. I was like, damn. And then the other lady that got arrested, she got hit with a car too, actually. She got hit, but after work, she had like some wine. And then like she was leaving from somewhere and somebody hit the back of her car and just like drove off. But she stayed and called the police. But they smelled the alcohol in her breath. So they arrested her. And like that was her first time in jail. And I remember she was just asking me questions like, oh, do we have to wait in here? Can we wait in the hallway? Or something like how the phone in the cell works and stuff like that. And I was like, she asking me like I'm a professional. Like I was just like a pumpkin. But I was not no professional. My first day in too, like. But I just know she just wanted to go home. So I didn't give her no hard time. But back to Charlie. So while we were in there, she basically told me her story about her and this nigga. Like, she from Miami, and she like moved here a couple years ago, but she from Miami. And she was telling me how she was like with the street dude, and he made music, and they was together for 3 years, but he was locked up for 2 of those years. And she told me how like when he got out, he got some girl Instagram at the mall, and he fucked some other girl that was sneak dissing Charlie online. But it's like, you a side piece. How you gonna sneak diss? And I said something, because like she said something about one of the quotes, like, oh, I don't care, that's her nigga, that's my nigga too. And I was like, she trying to be your sister wife or some shit. Because that's what it was giving, sister wife. Like, why would you want to share a nigga and you know you a side piece? And then you're sneak dissing, like, you a side bitch. And he could have a whole nother side bitch. Like, what are you doing? Like, that is weird. And I remember, she, like, we was cracking up about that. Like, me, her, and the white lady. Because the other lady, she was, like, she was probably tore up. Because she was on the floor, like, sleep. Like, just on the floor sleep. And we were all sitting on the bench. But yeah, I was like, she trying to be sister-wise or something. And then, like, that shit was wrong. Like, your girl held you down while you was in jail for 2 years. You get out, you get some other girl Instagram, and you fuck another bitch. Like, what are you doing? And then it was like, this nigga is like 28 with nothing. Like, all his friends got their own cribs and shit, but this nigga, no, he ain't have shit. And it was like, she also told me, like, his mama is like one of those weird boy moms. Like, they want to control their kid. And his mama not shit either. So it was like, he steady listening to his mama, and you almost 30, and your life is not together. I was like, girl, not even worth it. And like, the thing was, when he got out of jail, she was supposed to like go back to Miami. Like, she got a job out there and everything, but she didn't like take it yet. But she was supposed to go back to Miami. They were supposed to get an apartment and stuff. But like, a few days before he got out of jail, her dad died. So, and like, when he got out of jail, he wasn't like on his shit like he was supposed to, like getting a job, doing this, doing that. He wasn't on his shit. And he just like started rapping too. And he had like a little bit of Instagram clout or whatever, but like his life wasn't together. Like, you know how people be faking for social media and shit? That's what he was doing. Like, he be in like, I didn't even ask her like what his name was, because I didn't really care. Because like, a lot of niggas be like that. But he be like, she said he be in the studio with like G Herbo and them. And I guess like that's what the other girl saw. Like, she saw shit like that, but don't know how the nigga lived his life. Cause like she was even laughing about it. She was like, she don't know that nigga. Like, he's a great actor. A lot of niggas are great actors. But she gonna find out. And I told Charlie, like, leave that nigga alone. Like, even like when she called him, like she called him about the bail and stuff. When they let her make a free phone call. She called him. And he was at the barbershop. What you doing at the barbershop? Like, that's something, like, you finna go out. You finna go do something. And she basically told him, like, send my mom the money type shit. But instead, he called her mom. And acted like he didn't know what to do. Like, oh, she's in jail. Da-da-da-da. But he acted like she didn't literally tell him what to do. And that's crazy. Because she literally held this man down for 3 years. 2 of them, he was in jail. But now, he won't help her. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, girl, let that man, like, leave that man alone. Like, that was a sign to leave him alone. Like, for real. Like, he can't help you out of jail, and you held him down. That's not it. And it wasn't like he was even trying to better his life either. So, it was like, the instability, I think that's the word. The instability was also like another thing, like, cause she stayed in Miami for like 2 weeks when he got out, cause you know, like her dad's funeral and stuff. So she stayed out there for 2 weeks, and he wasn't changing, like he wasn't like doing anything. Like he said he was, like he wasn't on his shit. But yeah, she told me about her situation with that nigga. And what else happened? Yeah, she asked me about like my tattoos. Like she said my hand tattoo was cute and like who I go to. And I told her like I go to Cloud9 Inc. Every tattoo. And his prices are real good. If you in Metro Atlanta, Cloud9 Inc. Ray. He gonna get you right. But Charlie, she got arrested at like 9:30. So I was in the cell for like 5 hours at that point. And oh yeah, I also forgot to say, in like the bonding cell, when you're answering questions, there's also like a thing on the wall where you take your picture. Like it's like a little gray screen. Well, not a gray screen, it's like a gray background. And then there's like a camera posted on the wall, and they tell you like to turn and all that stuff. I try to find my mugshot, but I don't know how to search that shit up. Like I try to put in the numbers and stuff, like the case number. I don't know how to search that shit up. But what was I saying? Yeah, she asked me about my tattoo artist. Like, we was talking about zodiac signs and stuff like that. And she was like, she pretty cool. She was an Aries. I'm a Leo. And she was like, we were like a lot alike. I don't know. She kind of reminded me like of a cousin. Like, she felt like a family member. I don't know. It's cool people. But Charlie got bonded out probably like 12 o'clock. Because her mom came from Miami. Like, I think she flew to get her out. And then, but the white lady, she left first. The white lady, she made it out first. But also, like, while we was in there, like, They gave us water, but it would be like ice cold water with ice. Like it's already freezing. Like we was in there freezing. And they got the audacity to give us water with ice. I don't want that. And when I was in there by myself, like they gave me like a sack lunch. But it was like cold. And I remember like I opened it to see like what was in it. And it was like a sandwich, 2 pieces of cheese, a plum, and a bag of Lay's. And I ended up letting Charlie have the bag of Lay's because I don't really eat the yellow bag of Lay's. Like I like the sour cream, the barbecue, but just the yellow ones, that's too much salt. Like they already trying to kill me in there. It's cold as fuck. You gonna give me cold food, cold water? Fuck no. No. But I ended up letting Charlie have that bag of Lay's because she was hungry and I wasn't gonna eat it. But like I said, they let the white lady out first and then Charlie got out. And then I remember the only reason they took me out was to put me in like an actual cell. Like an actual cell. And I remember the lady, her husband actually came to get her hours ago. Because I remember me and Charlie, we was looking through the window. Like, we was being nosy. We was like... like, we was looking through the window. And I remember I saw her husband, like, I seen the man. And I remember she kept asking about him, too. Like, she kept pressing the little buzzer thing. She was like, can I call my husband? The phone in here is not working. They was like, no. Or can I see if I made bond yet? They'd be like, no. But her husband was actually there for like a good minute. But when they were transferring me out, she saw her husband like face to face. And it was like, oh, your bail processed hours ago, but you gotta stay here for another hour. And I was like, that's how the system be? Like, her bail processed hours ago and she gotta stay in the cell for another hour? How does that make sense? And then her husband was literally there to get her. Like, how does it make sense? And I was just standing there because, like, the guard told me to get out. And I was just standing there, like, watching everything happen. And then I remember the other guy, she was like, what are you doing? I was like, she told me to stand out here. I'm just watching. Investigating. But... so the Korean guard, she told me like to step in a shower. And it was like for a strip search. Because you got to get strip search before you can like go into like an actual cell with a bed and stuff. But like when I got strip searched the first time, she only like made me show my bra and like shake it. Like I didn't have to take my bra off. And then like... Right. Okay, so they do make you like take your pants off and squat, but she ain't like OD. Like, I did like a little squat and 2 little coughs, and she was like, okay. Like, she ain't OD. Like the second time was OD. We gonna get into that. But she ain't like OD. And then like after that, she took me to like the cell. And if you ever been to like summer camp, like the cells are like that. It's like bunk beds, but you like they make you like grab a mat and like they give you a bin with like toilet paper, a pillow, a pillowcase, blanket, finally a fucking blanket, and stuff like that. And I remember it was probably like 1 a.m. when I finally got into like the actual cell. And like first it's like you walk in, it's like a recreational room. Like there's a TV, there's chairs, there's a 1 table, and then like there's another door to the cell, and that door like it locks behind you. Like it locks behind you, and then like the next room is the recreational room, but that room gets locked too. But she brought me in there, I went to bed. Okay, next morning, I hear my name on the intercom, like my last name. And at first I thought it was like just intercom noise, like, cause at 6 a.m. like they turn on the lights and shit. And like they say like breakfast on it. And I remember like I was struggling to sleep. Like I was trying to sleep. I couldn't sleep. Like it was cold. Even with the blanket, it was still cold. I was wearing 2 sweatshirts and a blanket and I was still cold. And I just like couldn't sleep. And also in the cell, it's like a shower and like a bathroom. But them showers, it's like jail showers for real. Like not community showers. Like there was a door that closed and stuff like that. I didn't take a shower in there. I'm sorry. I couldn't do that shit. Like, but the shower, it was like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, kind of like when you go to the beach, those outside showers, it was kind of like those. I didn't go fully into the bathroom, but not the bathroom, but the shower. It's like a bathroom and then a shower right next to it. Just at this point, you safari. Shit, hard to explain. But yeah, the next morning, like they called my name on the intercom around like 9. And at first I thought I was tweaking. I was like, the fuck? And then like they called my name and I was like, and they wanted me to come somewhere. And they told me to grab all my stuff. And I was like, didn't really come in here with stuff because like, y'all took my pants, y'all took my nose ring, y'all took my scrunchie, y'all took my beanie, you took my shoes. What stuff? But they meant like the bin and stuff, like the blanket, pillow. They even wanted me to bring the mat. Like, first of all, I gotta wait for the door to unlock. I couldn't even carry the mat. Like, I left the mat on the recreational chair because I couldn't carry all that shit. And so, like, I remember this officer. It was a black man, black and round. He came and he put a chain around my waist. Like, he had to wrap the chain around my waist twice because no waistline. Period. He had to wrap it around my waist twice. And this is on Halloween morning. And then he cuffed my hands like from the front. Like, the chain is around my waist. And then the handcuffs are like connected to the chain. And then he cuffed my wrist. And then like he took me into the transport van. And I remember there was a girl in there. And I was like, because I didn't know what was going on. I was like, where the fuck? Are they taking me to prison? Like, where are we going? But the girl, she had her regular clothes on. And she had some Air Forces, but I guess they took the laces out. So I'm guessing like they just took her. And I asked her, I was like, where are we going? And she was like, we're going to court. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. That was going somewhere worse. And then like, I guess it was like separation. Like there was also like men in the transport vehicle. Like we picked up some male prisoners or whatever. And then I remember this one dude, he was like talking like, oh, it was like this Hispanic guy named Oscar. And he barely spoke English. And I remember these two niggas was talking. I was just like low-key listening. And I was like, they was like talking about the offense. My shit got cut off. But like I was saying, they was like talking about like how to plead in court. Like if you got like your first offense and you don't have a lawyer, like no contest instead of like not guilty will be your best bet. But with a lawyer and you do not guilty, you're most likely to win. And then like guilty, I think that took points off or something. like, and it would be on your record. Like, I was just like listening to their conversation because it was like not shit else to do. And then I remember like it took us a while to get to the courthouse, but when we got there, it was like literally one police officer, the same police officer that put the chains around my waist. He was like literally escorting everybody, and there was like 6 of us, I think. And then I remember like when I walked in to the court building, it was another prisoner there. I don't know why I keep saying prisoner. Inmate? Yeah, there was another inmate. And he had like the yellow Cobb County uniform on. And I remember this nigga looked crazy. Like, I walked in and he was like, his handcuffs were like in front. Like, and the nigga was like low-key standing like this type shit. And he was looking at me. I was like, and I remember the police officer, he like just told me like to stand on the floor part, which happened to be where the nigga was. But he wasn't like in the transport van, I think. I mean, I wouldn't know. But I don't think he was. But we was both standing there. I remember it was just me and him just standing there for a minute. He was looking at me real crazy. Like, and I was just thinking to myself, like, wow, they got me here with actual crazy people. For what? No, because for what? And then, like, everybody else got unloaded. And I remember one nigga, he literally got arrested in a hooded blanket. And that was just the funniest shit to me. Like, yo ass was really chilling. And then he also got, like, one of his charges was, like, a gram of weed. A gram of weed? Even the judge told him, like, just a gram of weed? A gram of weed? What is that? But, so we all, like, when we walked in, like, we all had to go into this elevator. And the cop had to tell us, like, where to go. Like, it was, like, 3 of us on each side. And then the cop was in the middle. And then, like, when we got upstairs, it was, like, some more holding cells. But it was, like, a holding cell with the bars and shit. When I was in a holding cell, it was just, like, a door that locked. But they actually had, like, bars. But me and the girl, we weren't in the ones with, like, we weren't in the cells. We were, like, just sitting on the bench, handcuffed. And then they put the guys in the cell. And I remember it was, like, it kind of looked like a hospital room. But, like, with cells. But I remember, like, I think I was the first one they called. Was I the first? No, I wasn't the first one. Because I remember I made a call to my sister first. No. No, I think I was the first one they called. And then, like, the judge was actually, like, a really nice white lady. Like, she was really nice. Like, I thought it was gonna be worse. And then she asked me, like, oh, did you hit anybody? I was like, no, I ain't hit nobody. Like, I did not hit a person. Like, she thought I hit a person. Like, I don't know what the police report said, but I didn't hit nobody. So I was like, no, I didn't hit nobody. And then she just basically told me, like, about the bonding and where to get it, like, sent to. And that was it. Like, she didn't make me plead guilty, not guilty. I thought I was going to walk in there. Like, I was ready. I was ready for that. Like, I was ready for that. But that was it. And then, like, I called my sister after. She said she was, like, 9 hours away. It's like, damn. Like, 9 hours away in New Jersey or some shit. I was like, damn. Damn. I think I also called my brother, but he probably was asleep. But I told her to try and get me out like that very day, like Halloween. I had plans on Halloween. Like, I had plans. So I wanted to get out Halloween day. Like, Halloween, I still had hope that I was going to get out. But, because on Halloween, let me tell y'all, there was this party I invited some friends to. It had a haunted house included. And it was like free, but like reservation and shit. Like that party. And I was going to make a vlog too. I was going to do a whole Halloween vlog on that party. But we're doing this instead. We're doing this instead because I didn't have Halloween. But I still had hope that I was going to get out that day. But I remember like when like we had to wait for everybody to finish like getting a hearing from the judge. Because at first we had to wait for the judge. And then like everybody had to do their hearing. And I remember like the dude in the hooded blanket, he asked me what I did. And I basically told him what happened. And I was basically there for racism. And I was like, and they was like, that's crazy. I'm like, exactly. Like, even the white lady was mad because for the reason I was in there. Like, it's petty shit. And it's like the end of the month. Like, you know, the end of the month, they be arresting anybody for anything. Yeah, it was just a bunch of petty shit. But that was the same guy, like, that got caught with the grandma weed. That asked me, like, what I was in for and shit like that. And he even said, like, he a type of nigga, like, with land and horses and shit like that. That be in the studio. And he was like, y'all probably thinking what a nigga like me doing here. I mean, shit. Niggas get locked up every day. Just being black. But yeah, I remember that. And then like when everybody got finished and we were going back to like the transport van. Oh wait, no. Let me say like before that, like the nigga I said that was looking at me crazy, he was talking crazy. Like he was talking about, oh, my daddy a drug lord, but I ain't never met the nigga. And he was like talking about a helicopter or some shit gonna come get us, like a black helicopter. I think he was saying some shit about peanut butter. And the nigga started crying too. Like he started crying like heavy ass tears. And I'm like, I'm probably the youngest one in here. This nigga over here. But I think he was like schizophrenic or something. Cause even they said something like back on the transport van, I remember like they was talking about it and I was like, yeah, cause like when I walked in, he was looking at me crazy, like, and I was like, is this nigga crazy? And I remember they was laughing about that shit, cause I was like, this nigga dead ass looked crazy. Like, they was talking about how he's acting and he dead ass did look crazy. But, and then I also remember like, I was talking about like, how long I was in there, cause I was like, I was in here since like 4 p.m. yesterday, and they were like, damn. I was like, yeah. And they put me in like that cold ass cell, try to give me cold ass food and cold ass water. Like I want that shit. And I remember they was laughing about that shit too, cause like don't want that shit. And I remember like I was the first one to get dropped back off. And like when I got dropped off, I remember they told me, they was like, stay up, shorty. And I was like, y'all stay up too. Fight the power. And then I remember even the officer, like, he dropped me off. He told me, like, good luck type shit. And I was like, appreciate it. No, I said you too. Like, no, I said you too. I don't know why I said you too. Only one of us in handcuffs. Only one of us in handcuffs. Why am I saying you too? But when I got back, I got put back in the holding cell by some female dyke looking officer. She really pissed me off. Cause I was in there probably for like 10 minutes. She come back. And then she do a strip search, right? But this bitch made me do a 360 with my titties out. The other officer never made me do that shit. Like, she dead ass, like, she actually made me take my bra off. And then she was like, turn around. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I was not told to do all this shit the first time. And then, like, for the squat thing, she told me to cough harder. Like, coughing isn't even, like, a natural thing. Like, that's, like, forcing yourself to sneeze. And I don't got, like, tuberculosis. So, like, how am I just supposed to make myself cough harder? Like, he was doing too much. And then she just, like, she told me to spread my ass. That's what fucking blew me. Like, spread my butt cheeks. You doing too much. Like, you real life doing. And that shit actually made me mad because, like, you doing too much. And I'm not a real criminal. So it's like, the fuck? She think this shit prison for real? Like, this is literally jail. And I got a bail. What the fuck? So that shit blew me. And she did all that shit just for me to, like, go back to the cell and watch TV. Like, what the fuck? And I remember, like, I had a cellmate, like, this lady. And at first, I thought I was in there by myself. Because, like, when I first got in there, it was, like, late at night. And I didn't see nobody. Like, the whole place looked empty. But it was literally only one person in there. And she was, like, wrapped up in her blanket. Like, it was, like, two different types of blankets. It was, like, a dark gray and then a tan blanket. The first time I got the dark gray blanket, it was, like, a crochet blanket. And the second time I got, like, the tan blanket. And she had, like, the dark gray blanket. So I guess she was, like, wrapped up in it the first time. But, like, when I got back in there, I saw her. And I remember, like, I was, like, calling my siblings, like, my brother didn't have money for, like, the bail or nothing. So I told him, like, he had my phone. And, like, I told him, like, I had the money, like, just pay it. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, okay, cool. So I expected to get out, like, I expected to get out at least. No. When I came back, I went to sleep. Like, after court, I went to sleep until 5. And then that's when I called my sister. I called my sister because I called my brother because my sister wasn't answering. Yeah. But I basically told my brother to pay it with my money, though. So I was expecting to get out, like, 11 o'clock Halloween night. Or even, like, before then. Like, I was expecting to get out, like, around 7. But then niggas stopped answering. And I was like, damn. And then there's, like, a lockdown, too. Like, lockdown is, like, 10 o'clock. So after 10 o'clock, you can't go in the recreational room. You'll be locked in the cell room. So I got stuck there for another night. Night 2. I don't think I slept much that night either. Like, I did not sleep that much because I wanted to get out. And I was literally missing Halloween. Like, that shit lame as fuck. Like, last Halloween, I had so much fun. And then, like, imagine spending Halloween dressed like a pumpkin, cold as fuck, eating cold ass food. Well, I didn't even eat like the sack lunches. Like, in jail, like, the lunch is warmer than the dinner. The dinner be coming in sacks and they be cold. But the lunch comes in trays. Like, for lunch, we had like, on Friday for lunch, we had like pasta with some green beans. No, we didn't have pasta and green. We had pasta, but we had like, I can't remember what the side was, but it had a side. I don't know what the drink was. The drink, I took one sip of that shit. It looked like tea, but I don't know what that shit was. I took one sip and I was like, mm-mm. And they gave me that like on my way to the cell. And then I remember this one officer, like after I got strip searched, he was like, why isn't she wearing her orange like sweater? Cause like I had like my original on. Cause she literally made me take off my whole tops and shit. So like I had my Aaliyah sweatshirt on and the orange one on my right. Ugh, I can't talk. The orange one around my waist. And this light skinned nigga over here did right and talk about why she ain't got that on. And then the officer that searched me, she was like, put your sweatshirt on. I was like, fuck. And that nigga, like, he pissed me off for like the rest of the weekend. Like, but on Saturday, I basically stayed up like most of the night because I thought like my brother was like coming to bomb me out because like there was really no reason for him not to. Like I told you where my money was. I had the money. What are you doing? And it was like, it's not even like he was out of town or nothing. Like this nigga's literally like 30 minutes, 40 minutes from the station. Like, what are you doing? So I stayed up like most of the night. And I remember like Saturday morning, like as soon as they like buzzed like the room, like opened the door, I remember I went to the recreational room and I was trying to like make a phone call. Like I was trying to call this nigga. And I remember the phone, it wasn't working. And then I buzzed them. I was like, can I make a phone call like to the non-collect phone? And they was like, no. And I was like, well, the phone in here isn't. They was like, no, you got to make one in there. And I was like, the phone in here is not working. And she was like, oh, the phone's cut on at 9. But the ironic thing about jail is there's no fucking clocks. So I was literally sitting there, like picking up the phone and hanging it up, picking it up, hanging it up. Because it will be like, you cannot make phones at this time, but you can't sell the time. So it's like, and I remember like when she said that, she was like, it's 7 a.m. So I sat there for 2 hours trying to make a phone call. And then when I could finally call, nobody was answering. And I was like, bro, when I tell you I called these people like 10 times, like I called my brother, my sister. And then like I eventually gave up and went back to sleep because like I didn't get no sleep. And then I tried again. Like I woke back up at like noon. And my sister answered. But like my brother, he wasn't answering. And like that was like the main person that was like, that could buy me out. Cause like you got my money and my sister's in Philly on the way back. So it was like the number one person that's supposed to be bonding me out isn't answering. And I was just annoyed. I was telling my sister to call this nigga, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And I was just like really annoyed at that point. Cause it was like, I'm trying to go home. There's no clocks. There's not shit to do. It's cold. The food is mid. No, the food is nasty as fuck. Cause even like for dinner on like Friday, they gave me like the exact same sack lunch they gave me Thursday. Like the Lays and all that shit. And I let my cellmate have it cause like I'm not gonna eat this shit. And I remember like my brother, he answered the phone like for most of the day. Like, he answered. And he was like, I'm at work. Da-da-da. And then he, like, I told him, like, to call the people, like, the bonding people and stuff. Like, we literally told this nigga to do that. Like, me and my big sister. Like, we told him to do that, like, whatchamacallit? Like, the day before. Like, we literally told him everything to do. So he could have been done it, right? So that's like the main reason I was annoyed. Like, and you turned me in, and I'm trying to bail myself out, and you're delaying. That shit was annoying. Like, I feel like any person would be mad at that. Like, you turned me in, didn't have the money to get me out. I got money, but you're delaying. So I was like really, really annoyed. Like, if I was in jail till Monday, I was never gonna talk to my brother again. Cause it's like I also got a job. Like, I had work on Saturday. Like, that's also another reason why I wanted to get on Friday. Cause I had work Saturday morning, like 11 a.m. type shit. That's why I was up trying to call at like 6 a.m. So like, cause getting processed out takes like an hour or two. So I was trying to get it processed out before I had to go to work. But then it's like I ended up missing the entire day and couldn't call off or nothing. And I was worried about my job. So I was like, I'm not playing with this nigga. Like, cause he eventually answered, but he was like, oh, I'm 2 hours away. I'm at work. But the thing is, like, he literally works for our dad. So it was like, you can literally call off. This nigga's not gonna fire you. The fuck? Like, I actually work for a company. Like, they will fire my black ass. So, like, I was worried about my job. But I still, like, I ended up staying in there until Sunday. And I didn't even know if I had work on Sunday. So, like, I was just like, I was just hoping. And I was like trying to think of like what to say. Like, what do you even say? Like, you didn't call up for nothing. Like, that's unprofessional as fuck. So it was that. Cause like, especially like my schedule, it like cut off. Like, I knew like the last day I had to work for sure was Saturday. So I didn't know if like, cause I got arrested before the new schedule got printed. So I didn't even know if I was supposed to work Sunday. So I spent Saturday in there. The officers and shit, they were being assholes. Like, they was being assholes. Like, for real. Like, no, I think it was like Friday. I wanted to make a call, like on the regular phone. Cause like the payphone, like my sister didn't have a jail account. So it was like, I had to like make a collect call to my brother to ask. But I didn't know like if she made a jail account or not. So I asked them and it was like, oh, you gotta wait for like, at first they was like, you gotta wait for shift change in 10 minutes. I wait 20 minutes. Shift change is still going on. Okay. I see a bunch of officers leaving, right? And then she was like, what do you need to use the phone for? So I can get bonded out. Like, what the fuck? Like, that was so irritating. And then, like, I remember, like, 4 hours later, like, my cellmate, she asked to go to the library. Apparently, we got a library. And then she was like, oh, you need to use the phone? Like, no, my sister made a jail account. Go away. Don't need you. Fucking useless. Like, 4 hours too late. Like, I was asking from, like, 5 o'clock till I think I gave up at, like, 7. Like, cause she was bullshitting. Like, they was doing too much. They was doing too much. And then, like, even Saturday, I think Saturday, like, some similar shit happened. Like, no, when I woke up, I asked to, like, woke up the second time. I asked to use the phone. And that light-skinned nigga I was telling y'all, bruh, I was like, I need to use the phone. He was like, you gotta use the one in there. And I was like, it's not working. He was like, well, there's nothing I can do about that. And I was like, thanks for nothing, asshole. Cause like, yes, there is. Like, you could have let me use the phone out there. but you want to do that extra shit. And then I'm not even a criminal, so for you to be an asshole for no reason, that shit was just irritating. And that's why I don't like light-skinned niggas till this day. Light-skinned niggas are just irritating. Like, just irritating as fuck. Like, And then, so, like I was saying, I didn't get processed out until Sunday. Like, Sunday, at like 6 a.m., they called my name. And I didn't even know what it was for. I thought I was going back to court or some shit. Called my name, told me to take all the stuff again. And then, like, I remember when I walked out, it was like a bunch of papers. Or no, the light-skinned no. The light-skinned nigga asked me where the mat was. Because the first time, like I told y'all, like when I went to court, I left the mat in the room. This nigga actually made me go back for the mat, pick it up, do all that extra shit. Like, this nigga's extra as fuck. I'm literally being processed out. Do that shit yourself. I don't even know why you making people take the mat. But I got processed out. Like, I had to sign a bunch of papers. And then they let me change back into my clothes that I got locked up in. And I got my nose ring back, my ring back. And then I got, like, escorted to this hallway that led to, like, the department. Because I thought, like, you go upstairs. Like, I thought there was, like, an upstairs, but it was just, like, a whole building that's, like, one layer, just different doors. So I got led through this door, and it basically just took me to the upstairs department. Well, upstairs. And then I waited for my brother. Like, I called him, and I just waited, and he came and got me. But he did use my money, though. At the end of the day. He used my money too late. Because, like, when I got out, I checked my account. And, like, I did pay the bail myself. I'm just confused on where the delay was. But I got some Waffle House when I got out. Because Cookout was closed. But, yeah, that was my jail experience. It's cold as fuck. Food ass. Cool people, though. It's not like in those shows, like, you go to jail, people try to bitch you, like, they don't even, bro, even Charlie was in there, she was like, I want to cry, but, like, she didn't cry, but, like, jail is not, like, I was really nonchalant when I got arrested, I'm not gonna lie. I only started, like, spazzing. Well, I didn't really spaz, but, like, I was about to, because, like, them police officers were, like, annoying me, and it was, like, real cold. And I get mad when I'm hungry. I was hungry. But that was jail. And Kiara, you can leave me alone now about this story time. Because here you go. And yeah.